Hi, James. So where you are now, rather, will really be the heart of the opening ceremony in a way. Tell us more about what that'll look like and the preparations.
It will be, because the opening ceremony, so it's going to go from the east of Paris, from the Gare d'Austerlitz, all the way to the Eiffel Tower just behind. And the difference, of course, with that is this is going to be the first time that it's going to be an opening ceremony taking place outside of a stadium. So with that, as mentioned, it's not just a logistical headache, but also in terms of security, it's going to be very, very complex. There's already been rehearsals for those around about last week. And things for now, obviously, there's still just about a year to go, but a lot of concerns of how they're going to be able to contain everyone, because fans are going to be able to come along the river here to be able to see all the boats and floats coming by. There's going to be over 100 of them going along the River Seine then in the heart of Paris, with, of course, then all the dancing and everything which normally would be taking place inside of a stadium where you can filter the access. But in this case, well, you can't, but they're going to have to block off parts of Paris, and there's going to be a huge security measure taking place for that. And we're going to try to find out a bit more about that tonight, actually. We'll be going on one of the boats that's going to be taking part in the ceremony. We'll be speaking to the director from that company there. So you can tune in. That'll be 8 p.m. Paris time for our Olympic special coverage for an hour's time about that opening ceremony. But for now, of course, there's a year to go, but there's a lot still to plan out and to make sure that everything goes to perfection, because it will look brilliant, as will every other spot around Paris, but it needs to go to perfection.
That certainly hope that it will be perfect, James. Now, the river will be playing more than just a scenic role, of course. 3 Olympic and Paralympic events will take place there: the marathon swimming, para-triathlon, and the triathlon, which will start from the Seine. Now, there is obviously one big question when you think about that, and that is, will the river be clean enough in time?
Well, as you know, and many other people will know, abroad, Paris doesn't have the reputation of being the cleanest city. But especially if you live here, then you know that the River Seine does not have that reputation at all. So that is the big challenge, to get that water up to standard in time. For now, they say that things are looking good as well. There's been tests, 92% of it's looking okay at this time of year. That was last time round, so to get an idea of with the weather and everything, because that's going to be a big factor. If there are heavy rains, then they're going to have to make sure that the sewage doesn't overflow, which can happen. So for that, they're building a big basin down in the east of the city to avoid that, because that's the last thing you want to see happen. But right now, indeed, I mean, just looking at what's in the river right now, yes, you can see all the shiny columns and everything, but down there, that water does not look as clean as that bridge behind me. I can remember definitely it was about 30 years ago, then Mayor of Paris and the former then President of France, Jacques Chirac, saying that he would swim across the River Seine, that he would clean it up in time. Needless to say, that never happened. So whether Emmanuel Macron, the current president, or the Mayor of Paris, Anne Hidalgo, do that afterwards, we'll see about it. But Parisians have been told that in 2025 they'll be allowed to swim in several sites in the river. But you're going to have to convince Parisians to do that, because right now doesn't make you really want to go for a dive just yet. But what's for sure is that athletes will be the first to see that in a year's time.